What's up, and welcome to the Uncle Cyborg Show, where we talk about the biggest topics and our favorite things about video games while keeping it rated E for everyone. I'm sunburnt today, and joining me is Matthew Hot Dog Eater, aka Matthew
I had
Daniels.
2 hot dogs today.
Can confirm. I'm also joined by the Hyrule King, Bo Mitchell.
I also had a hot dog today.
Oh, stealing my thing.
And today we are drafting a 5-game GameCube library. It's not too dissimilar to these posts where you are given $15 and different games are at different price tiers. But what we are doing is a snake draft, or rather a snake draft in order to pick 5 GameCube games if we could only have 5. We will have 1 minute to make our pick while we talk about the previous game. The snake will begin with myself, followed by Matthew, then Bo. Bo will then go again, and it will loop the other way. There are certain considerations to keep in mind, knowing that anything not on your list might as well not exist. Again, you have to stick to just 5 games for your entire GameCube library. But without further ado, with the first pick of the draft, I will take Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Okay.
Super Smash Brothers Melee.
To me, there was only one number 1 pick that was ever going to happen. I feel like you could have put any one of us in this seat, and that would have been the number 1 pick, because there's nothing like it. There's what's that, Matthew?
It wasn't on my list at all.
Oh, snap.
What?
That game stinks!
Here, everyone's thinking Matthew's a real one, but Super Smash Bros. Not even in his top 5.
I like Smash
Here's the
Bros.
thing,
If I'm
he's
going
got
to
to
play
have
to someone's house.
oof. Here's the thing. Super Smash Bros. Melee is probably the best Super Smash Bros. Game to even play by yourself in the first place. It is really versatile, but if you don't have... No, I'm sorry.
Emissary.
Subspace Emissary is overrated. I'll stand by it. Oh, but anyways, 100% picking that 10 times out of 10 times if I've got the first pick.
Pretty
All
sick
right.
pick.
Throw up to me here. I'm going to go with this one, not because I want to take it first, but because I know it's going to get taken if I don't. I have not beaten a Zelda game, but out of all the ones I played, this one's my favorite. I'm going to go ahead and draft Wind Waker with my first pick.
All right. I got really scared first.
Yeah, I had to do it. I like both of them, but for me, it was the Wind Waker. Is just I always like the Toon Link the most out of all of them, so
Yeah.
I had to go and pick that one.
Nice. Well, I kind of gave myself away, but I'm gonna take Twilight Princess. Best one. Let's go, man.
Not
Anybody
wrong.
that knows me, I freaking love Twilight Princess. It's such a great game.
He took it.
I gotta know, if you had the number 1 pick, would you have taken Twilight Princess first?
Oh yeah, easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have to
My
stay on
second
brand.
would have been Wind Waker, but what are you gonna do?
Made that choice for you.
Right.
Yep. All right, so I guess I go with my next one again, because we're doing Snake. So my next one has to be Thousand Year Door.
Nice.
Such a great
Okay.
game.
Okay. I was curious what was going to be
RPG
the
on the
next one
GameCube.
for you.
Give me.
Is that your favorite? Your favorite? What do they call it? Paper Mario?
I really like the first one a lot, but Thousand Year Door is just better, in my opinion.
And why should somebody who hasn't picked up that game treat it like it's a top 5 game of theirs?
Well, I think it's top 5 because it's easily one of the best RPGs Mario's ever had. There's a lot of really cool characters. He has unique abilities. Combat system's fun. There's a bunch of just absolutely wacky scenes.
Yeah, I mean, there's basically a top 3 for the Mario RPGs. It's Mario RPG, it's Thousand Year Door, and then you can toss in if you like Partners in Time or if you like Bowser's Inside Story.
No, Superstar Saga is better than both of those.
Yeah,
I
true facts.
prefer Superstar Saga. The diehards always fight me on that.
Yeah. No, I like Bowser's Inside Story a lot. Partners in Time is I don't know. I've always
Haven't
liked
played
that
that
one the
one.
least. Yeah. It's good. It's just not as good as
All right. So for my second here, if you only got 5 games, you're gonna be playing those games a lot, right? So you want a game that has a long shelf life, something you can keep picking up and going back to. It may be a little bit of nostalgia, but I still think it's the best in the series. For my second pick, I'm gonna take Animal Crossing. Put
all
in my
right on.
thing.
I was wondering how late this one would go.
To me,
In a
if
second rounder.
it's you can pick it up. You can play every day if you want. You can just play it on the holidays. Has a lot to go back to, especially over since a year has different stuff throughout the. You can do different bugs, catch different fish to get, and I always preferred like the I don't know, the character of the game, the personality of it, over the new stuff. Kind of has a different charm to it. I like that they roast you when you go to see.
Yeah, I've always liked the first one a lot. First one's really cool.
So it's just the simplicity of just going to the grids and stuff and never being able to find anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta take
All
that one
right.
here.
All right. Well, with my second round pick and the number 6 pick overall, I will be taking Mario Kart Double Dash.
Nice.
You know I had
My
to do
very
it.
first GameCube game.
Mario Kart DoorDash.
A lot of people's very first GameCube game. You gotta have that multiplayer racer. And I was between this and another one. And honestly, that other one, if it's there in round 5, might still make my
You gonna take
team.
Burnout too?
But who knows? Who knows what it is? But what a fantastic racer. The quintessential kart game. I still, in my heart of hearts, I know that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best Mario Kart.
I have
But
this. Yeah,
but
it's so
Double
tough
Dash
'cause
will
I love
always
both
be
of
my
them.
number one. Double Dash will
Yeah,
always be my
they're
number
both
one.
great.
The perfect battle. I still think that no game has had as good a battle mode as Mario Kart 8 Double Dash. I thought it was just perfectly balanced. I love being able to switch items by switching characters, which is something that they have never brought back, which is absurd to me. The item switching.
Bring back double kart racing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good. So good. And then with the first pick of the third round, 7th pick overall, I'm going to have to think about this one a little bit, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I'm between two of them.
You've got your brawler,
And
you got your racer.
I gotta take the one that I know I have to pick. I'm doing Metroid Prime.
Ah, no.
I know.
I knew you'd do
You know
it.
I had to do it to him. And I had to do it to him because he would have done it to me. And Metroid Prime, such a fantastic game. That's one that I remember
So good.
beating my head against a wall trying to figure out what I was supposed to do when I first picked up the game back. It was the one that came with our GameCube. Buying it secondhand, it was that and Star Wars Rogue
no, really?
Squadron.
That's really cool.
Rogue Squadron 2?
Yeah, no, it's the first one.
Wait, first one. Okay. Man, what an incredible game. And then finally finishing it on the Switch port later on felt so good. But something to scratch that Metroidvania itch and be a solid first-person shooter with lots of puzzle elements. A mainstay.
Yeah. It looks amazing on the GameCube. Really cool game.
Still holds up so well.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, now so that was your back-to-back. Was those?
Yep.
So that's your
Okay.
turn now, Matthew.
So I've got my, I guess, adventure RPG. Is Zelda classified as an RPG or just a straight-up adventure game?
Yeah, action RPG.
Okay.
Action adventure game.
So I've got that.
Yeah, action adventure.
I've got my casual game with the Animal Crossing, the more laid back one. For something to play when you get your friends over. We spent a lot of time on this game. I think it's probably one of the better multiplayer games I've ever played. I'm gonna
If he
go.
comes out here with Mario Party
No.
after doing all this talk before the show about not taking,
I am going to draft Kirby's Air Ride.
man, I was hoping that it would sit around until round 5, but you made the right call here. Absolutely made the right
so
call.
fun. Just the city trial mode itself, not even to mention the
It's
racing
Oh.
modes.
There's a
Very
reason
good.
they're bringing it
Interesting to
back.
see
That
how the
game's
sequel will
solid.
do.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
I'm
wait
so
to see
excited
how
for the
that
sequel.
goes.
Alrighty. I'm gonna toss it over to
All right.
Idle King so you can draft Four Swords Adventures.
Nope. I gotta go with one of my favorite 3D Mario games, Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah,
Everybody hates on this
still my
game.
favorite.
They're dumb. I love Super Mario Sunshine. It's a great game.
Sometimes the
Uh,
black sheep is still reliable.
Yeah, I think it controls great. It definitely has some glitches. I can't deny that, but it has such a great atmosphere, and the platforming is really cool. The level design is great, besides Pachinko. Yeah, love that game. It's incredible. All right, so for my second one, I gotta do it. Okay, RE1 remake. Holy crap!
Okay.
If I would have played this game as a kid, I would have been telling all my friends about it. Like, it's such a good remake. It's crazy. Like, easily one of the best looking games on the GameCube besides Metroid Prime. And it's just a fun game. Like, really cool. And it still holds up today, which is incredible. It's if I put Metroid Prime here on like games that feel like a modern game on the GameCube, RE1 Remake is like right behind it,
Yeah.
which is pretty crazy. Yeah. So had to do it. I loved playing it recently. So
Alrighty. For your second pick here.
Real quick, if
You want
I
that, did you? Because we're snaking. We'd be snaking.
I just did my
he
second
just
pick.
did.
Wait, what was the first one?
Super Mario Sunshine.
Ah, right. Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Funny. Okay. I don't know which game to take here.
I mean, I left a pretty big one out there.
I mean, it's eeny, meeny, miny, mo at this point. I have 3 with 2 picks left. I'm gonna go with this one. I know a lot of people want it remade, or at least brought to the Switch to play it. I always liked it. Again, this is one of the times where Nintendo does something new and refreshing, and it turns out being really good. I'm drafting Luigi's Mansion.
Yep. I almost put it there, but it's like, yeah, I couldn't.
Luigi's
Putting it
Mansion
above
was
the-
going to be my pick if Bo
one.
had taken Metroid Prime earlier.
Yeah.
It's just a good game. I remember specifically, me and Ryan were too young to be left home alone with, or you were too young. We were too young, and you were too young for you to just watch us. And so there was a summer we had to go to like daycare basically, and we had Luigi's Mansion. I remember hiding it in the pantry so nobody could play it until I got to play it. And then Dad came by and said, and I thought he was picking me up. He's like, "Where's the Luigi game?" I had to tell him. Good times.
Pretty funny.
It was good times. Before I make my next pick, my next 2 picks, just to recap, Matthew, what was your second pick? Oh, it was Animal Crossing.
Yep. So I got Wind Waker,
Okay.
Animal Crossing, Kirby Air Ride, and Luigi's Mansion.
All right. So just to do a quick recap before we move into... Actually, let me do my final pick here, and then we'll give the recap before we go into the final round. So, with my next pick of the draft, let me delete this here. Delete this here. All right. Well, with my final pick of the 4th round of the draft, I'm between a couple games, and I'm surprised one of them wasn't taken. One of them released as an exclusive, the other one of the best multiplayer games and still a pretty solid single player campaign for a shooter. But instead of taking that game, Medal of Honor Rising Sun, I will take the former Resident Evil 4 is going on my list at the number 4 pick of the draft. I Medal of Honor Rising Sun has
so
a special
good, man.
place in my heart, but it's Resident Evil 4. I there's a reason that people go back to it. Yeah, and I couldn't let you have 2 Resident Evil games on your list there.
Yeah, no.
I had to
wasn't counting on
force you to diversify your portfolio.
Yeah.
Anyways, so going into the 5th and final round of the draft here, just to recap, I have drafted Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Kart Double Dash, Metroid Prime, and Resident Evil 4. Matthew has taken The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, Animal Crossing, Kirby's Air Ride, and Luigi's Mansion. And Bo has taken The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, Super Mario Sunshine, and Resident Evil Remake.
Yeah.
So, with the first pick of the final round of the draft, I noticed that you guys both have something that I'm missing.
Good games.
And that's an entry from my favorite series of all time, The Legend of Zelda. But I have to ask myself, as I look at you guys and how you each have a Legend of Zelda game on your list, I have to. I can't help but wonder, what if I had 4 Zelda games on my GameCube?
Cheater!
So I would be picking The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition.
I had a feeling you'd do this.
I am 100% doing this. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
The Legend of Zelda 2, Link's Adventure, or the Adventure of Link, Link's Adventure,
Adventures of Link.
Adventure of Link. Thank you. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. How can you not? These are 3 of these games are some of the greatest games of all time.
Demo for Wind Waker.
Yeah, that's the only reason people bought that game was for the demo.
Oh no, they didn't play. They played it so that they could play Ocarina of Time again on another console. And let me tell you, I wish I could play Ocarina of Time on another console. It's honestly not even in my top 5 Zelda games, but because it's in everybody else's, and I know this is going to go to a vote, I had to do it to them. Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, lock it in to cap off my 5.
All right.
My 5 kind of sucks. I'm between 2 games here. One of them I haven't played the whole thing, but I played with my buddy, and I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. And the other one, man.
It's tough when it gets down this far.
Yeah, there's 2 here. I think I'm going to go for it. Are we going to have a section where we can talk about like a game or 2 that we were going to pick but ended up not making the list?
I will give you 20 seconds at the end to shout them out.
So I have action RPG, Animal Crossing. I've got the Racer. I've got just a nice little Mario game. I'm going to go with Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Oh,
for mine, despite the
I am surprised you didn't pick Billy Hatcher.
I can't remember it enough, man, to be honest. I haven't played it in a long time.
Fair enough.
I played with my friend. It's a really tedious setup to play on an emulator, and it's probably easier than playing in real life, to be fair. But I always liked it. I liked the little opening music, man. It's just funny getting a name of your character, something funny, and then
The music's actually really good in that game.
all the letters you get. I think it's funny. Combat's pretty fun as well.
And I need to confess something about this game. Bo, did you ever play this game after the time we played it together on GameCube?
It's on Switch now.
We got stuck on the tutorial. I'll be straight up. It is the most convoluted, unclear piece of garbage tutorial I've ever seen in a game.
To be fair, we were
it's so
really
poorly set
distracted
up.
that day.
fair.
I don't remember
but,
what was going on, but we were
You gotta
there was
pick up
something
the
else
pot
that
and
we
then
were
you gotta walk
wanting
with
to
it.
Well,
do.
we picked it up during we were doing it during Nintendo's E3 presentation, or like during the treehouse.
What
So
it
we were going
was.
back and forth between it.
Yeah,
But still, it's that bad of a tutorial that we've just never made it past it.
I cannot remember what the tutorial even is.
Well, it gets to this part where they're like, cast this on these enemies here, and you do it over and over and over, and nothing happens.
Do they? I don't remember
That's where I was. But
yeah,
anyways,
that's where we stopped around there.
all I'm saying is
All
a waste
right.
of a 5th round pick. Just kidding.
Okay, fun.
Best Final Fantasy
So
on the
surprised-
GameCube.
It's the only Final Fantasy.
I'm surprised they didn't port all the old ones to that.
Wow, they were in a feud with Nintendo at the time. That's why
Wow.
they were just.
That's what I
they were
said. Here,
just then-
take our garbage leftovers.
Imagine Final Fantasy X on the GameCube, man.
Yeah, schlubs. Oh man, right? It wouldn't have run.
Yeah, that would be cool.
No, it would have run just fine.
All right, so I gotta pick mine now, huh? Oh boy, I'm between like two, which is tough. And it's like this game is so unique. I almost want to put it on there because more people need to play it. But the other one, it's like I don't know if it's better.
Dude's about to pick Beautiful Joe.
Wow.
No, I'm not. All right, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna pick it.
Is he taking Billy Hatcher?
No. Eternal Darkness.
Hey, okay.
That game is so cool and did so many cool things, and more people need to play it.
Agreed.
I almost put Four Swords on there, but I gotta be honest, that game is just not as fun when you don't have a bunch of people playing
You
it
don't
with
got
you.
the other 4 swords.
I'll say
Three
it.
swords.
Four Swords Adventure. I prefer to play that one by myself. As funny as that sounds.
Hey,
Oh,
the manga
really?
was pretty good.
Like, yeah.
Had a funny after little gimmick section at the end where they have the
But
little
I
show.
like just being able to, rack up the high score and all that.
I mean, they did
Rupees,
atmospheric, freak out horror before anyone else. I wouldn't say it still holds up today. There's definitely some things that it dated, but I think it's a great game that a lot of people haven't played. So
Honestly, Eternal Darkness, when it came out, Eternal Darkness was PT before PT.
Mhm.
I'll
Yeah.
say it. Eternal Darkness did so many interesting things with its fear mechanic and the way that, I mean, it did things breaking fourth wall that made sense within universe that was really, I mean, it was very Kojima-esque. It was that was MGS 1 and 2 were the only games at that time that did that kind of fourth wall breaking integrated into the actual gameplay like that game did. I remember playing it on a little CRT and the volume going down and I'm like, what the heck? And it turns out it was fake. And then having it
Doesn't
act
work
like it
on
was
a modern
erasing my
TV.
memory, erasing my memory card and it being corrupted. Man, they got me so good, but it really dialed up the attention to an 11.
Yeah.
Insanity meter, that was it. I think I said magic meter
it's
earlier.
Meter.
All right. So to recap, well, before we recap, does anybody want to call out any honorable mentions? I'll give you 20 seconds if you want to.
Yeah.
I'll
So
have to go first.
the one that I was stuck between Crystal Chronicles, Pokemon Gale of Darkness,
Mm.
and I haven't played it, but I watched my friend stream it a couple times. What is it? What's the game that the guy who makes Smash Bros is obsessed with? Fire Emblem. Path of Radiance.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah,
Path of Radiance.
that one, from what I've seen, it looks fun. I haven't played it myself. And I almost put Chibi Robo on the list,
I've never
but I
played it.
think I actually remember that game being kind of bad. So
Chibi Robo is not bad. Take it back. All right, Bo.
tedious. I'll say.
Any
It's
honorable
kinda
mentions?
tedious.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I already mentioned Four Swords Adventures. RE0 was another one
Mhm.
thought of. Mario Strikers was another one. I actually like
Yeah.
the Wii one slightly more.
With
Maybe that's
Mario
heresy.
Strikers?
Yeah.
You're right, that is heresy.
Mario Party 6 was another one I thought of, and Medal of Honor Rising Sun.
That's a good game.
So much
Yep.
Medal of Honor Rising Sun, but it's not exclusive, so I felt like I shouldn't do it. No.
And honestly, for my honorable mentions, that was I was going to do that one in place of Resident Evil 4. And that was my thing too. Is Resident Evil 4 is more of a GameCube game than Medal of Honor Rising Sun is, even though the GameCube version is my favorite version of Rising Sun. Even though it had to be on 2 discs. But I mean, some other honorable mentions for me. Mario Party 7 was in the mix there. F-Zero GX was on the list in case either either Double Dash or Kirby's Air Ride were not still on the list. Chibi Robo was my third. So I hit
Like your
different
Panic Hit kinda
categories
guy?
that I was wanting to hit of games. Where if Metroid Prime wasn't on there, it was going to be Luigi's Mansion. If Luigi's Mansion wasn't on there, I was going to go Chibi Robo to
I had a
get
whole
that
list, too.
to get that semi Metroidvania kind of fix going on there. But all right, well, to recap for y'all at home, you now have an important job to do where you will vote in the comment section down below and tell us who you think had the better draft here. So to recap, and this will hopefully be on your screen as I read it out here. Nolan, aka Super Nolan Man, had Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Kart Double Dash, Metroid Prime, Resident Evil 4, and The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition.
Ooh, that guy
Matthew, aka Matthew Hot Dog
Yeah.
Eater, The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, Animal Crossing, Kirby's Air Ride, Luigi's Mansion, Final Fantasy The Crystal Chronicles,
Ooh, that guy's awesome. Woo.
and Bo with The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, Super Mario Sunshine, and Resident Evil Remake, and Eternal Darkness.
Oh,
Go ahead. This is your chance to vote down below, make your voice heard, and thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, click like, and if you haven't subscribed, you can still do so by clicking the subscribe button down below and clicking the bell to be notified. Until next time, I am Super Nolan Man. This has been Matthew Hot Dog Eater and the Hyrule King, and you all have a great week.
Oh, we forgot to draft Super Monkey Ball Adventure.